Hey there YouTube, I'm Rusty.
And I'm Bobby.
And today we're drinking some Earp's original sarsaparilla. These are by Orca Beverage and have a twist off cap.
Yep. It says there on the label, after a hard day of gunfighting, nothing beats a real sarsaparilla.
You know, I've said that for a long time. After a hard day of gunfighting here. After a hard day of gunfighting, you can't hardly twist the lid off of one of these
That's
things.
Right. I guess.
Bobby, you got to take a grip.
Lost all the skin opening, but
Well, I enjoy sarsaparilla. Sarsaparilla and root beer are very close kin.
oh wow, that's really good.
Now, for all of you newbies and folks out there that uninitiated into root beerism, root beer is based upon the sassafras root. The flavor was originally sassafras root. Of course, now the FDA has deemed the sassafras root to be, I don't know, it's a really long word, but you can't use it and sell it in drinks and stuff. You can grow your own, I suppose, which I do not do, by the way.
Carcinogenic?
Yeah, carcinogenic. It's kind of like photogenic, except illegal.
That's right.
So, so you can't use sassafras root, and so modern root beers use artificial sassafras root flavor.
Okay.
And so that's where, and then they're flavored with many other things. Now, sarsaparilla is derived from a different plant, which is not ruled out by the FDA, by the way.
Okay.
And
more photogenic then.
yes, much more photogenic, and it's based, I think it's from the starts with a Z, Sarsaparilla. It's native to Mexico and Central America, and it's a plant, I think they actually use the berries off the plant for the flavor.
Really?
But it's a lot like a root beer, and
It's really good.
and it has an R in it, sarsaparilla, but like a lot of words in Louisiana, the R is silent, so it's just sarsaparilla.
You learned something new.
Yes, this is a good one. It's flavored with real cane sugar.
It doesn't taste like Wild Earp.
Like it ought to be. I can't imagine what Wild Earp knows about beverages.
Gosh, it's really good.
But I enjoy good sarsaparilla.
Yeah.
Have a Sioux City sarsaparilla in the refrigerator that we're going to try. We're going to enjoy it for y'all. Melissa and I got off Monday. She had to go to a university up in northern part of Louisiana for dual enrollment teacher training. So I was supposed to be in Nicaragua this week, and I wasn't able to go because of political unrest in Nicaragua. And so I ended up home, and I took the day off and went up there with her. And we ate at a place called Punta Tous in Ruston.
Ruston, okay. So you were at Tech.
Yeah. Did I mention that? I did.
You said university.
I was at a university in Ruston, Louisiana, known as Louisiana Tech. And so we ate at a place called Punta Tous, and we had kind of a sample of different things they had there. Their gumbo was really good. Their fried boudin balls were good. They were they're not as spicy as we're used to down in this part of Louisiana, but they were good. I enjoyed everything I had there, and I recommend that place if you go. But I tell you what, we got into that we really liked was a place right up from the university called Flying Burger and Seafood. And they make their hamburgers out of real ground beef. It's right there in the counter. You can see it. They get it out, pat it out.
That sounds
Then hamburgers, and they really cut potatoes and make French fries there.
okay.
It's not those particle board French fries. They're real potatoes cut into French fries. And it was really good, man. Now the burgers, they do not fly. I guess you can throw them. I didn't see any flying in there, but Flying Burger and Seafood.
Okay.
Now all we had was hamburger and fries, but I'm sure everything else that I saw other people eating looked really good too. So give that a shot.
Well, yesterday I ate at Burger King, so.
You didn't do as good as I did.
not.
Our water has been out.
Yes, sir. It has. The worst time of the year for the water to go out, I think.
It came back on this morning. They were having electrical difficulties over at the water plant.
Okay.
Where we live is a very small municipality, and so I actually drove over there to offer my assistance. You wouldn't do that if you lived somewhere in Houston. If your water was out, you just call and complain. But if you live where we live, and the water's out, you drive over there and see if they need your help.
That's right.
You want your water back on, don't you?
Right. Well, there's nobody to call.
No, there's one guy, you know, hip deep in the ditch. He might need some help.
That's right.
And so you can go fuss at him if you want to, but that's not going to get your water on faster.
Mm.
But anyway, well, Bobby preached over at our church this past week.
Tried to, yeah.
He did a great
Oh,
job.
thank you. Appreciate it.
He did a great job. And he also did a scripture reading, read his favorite scripture passage. Do you remember what it was?
Let's see. Yes, sir. Romans 10, 13 through 15.
All right. Well, that first part we talked about before already in one of our previous videos, but then there's that second part that's about how can they believe
And who they've not heard.
on whom they have not heard.
Mm.
And the simple fact is that people need to hear of Jesus. Now, you know, we're on YouTube, and probably out there's a lot of people who do not know of Jesus, or what they know of Jesus is inadequate, or they know very little.
Or just plain out wrong.
Yeah, they just believe what their brother-in-law told them.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody that has a brother-in-law knows that you should never do that.
That's right.
I want to challenge you to read the New Testament. You're not if you fancy yourself as being an agnostic or informed atheist, you should read the New Testament. I've read Darwin's Origin of Species,
Oh,
and I'm still a committed Christian. And so I don't think it would be offensive to your doubt in any way to read the New Testament. But I think what you'll find when you read the New Testament, you'll find that the things you read are nothing like what they have been characterized by the popular media and other people that you listen to. And you won't ever believe in Jesus unless you hear of the real Jesus.
Well, I think you make a good point, because I would say it's probably the same for this book with the Darwin Origin of the Species. That there's probably things that you've heard prior to reading it that when you read it was a little bit different than maybe what you've seen.
I have a lot of misconceptions about what was in that book and what Darwin actually said, and what I found out was not at all what I assumed in the beginning. Right. Now, I didn't come over to his position or way of thinking,
Right.
but I was intellectually honest and I did read it.
Right.
And so, and I think that people should. And also, I want to challenge you as a Christian. If you're out there and you're a Christian and you claim to be a Christian, you should read the New Testament.
That's
what do you think, Bobby?
I think so. I think it would do some good.
I think we'll make a bumper sticker. Christians should read the Bible.
That's right. That way you can know, when you tell somebody else about it, you'll know what the right thing is to say. And you won't be that brother-in-law that says the wrong thing.
Everybody hates an ignorant atheist and ignorant and not agnostic. And also people hate ignorant Christians. So don't be one.
That's right.
Go read the New Testament.
That's right.
And be able to be a faithful witness to what Jesus teaches and to the salvation that he offers all of mankind. Amen?
Amen.
And if you're not familiar with church words, amen means so be it, just like he said.
That's it. That's it.
What else you got, Bobby?
I don't know. This is a good root beer.
Mm-hmm.
Sarsaparilla, I'm sorry. A good photogenic sarsaparilla. I want to say I should have preached what we just talked about. I think it would have been a better sermon.
No, you did good. And you know what I think also the world needs? A little less gunfighting and a little more sarsaparilla drinking.
Yes, indeed. Photogenic sarsaparilla.
That's right. I'm Rusty,
I'm Bobby.
and we'll catch you next time on YouTube.